Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Chaos SFN, and this is going to be a quick update on the patch 4.3 notes for League of Legends. This, in my opinion, is actually a pretty good patch. There's a lot of things that have been changed about overpowered champions and underpowered champions, so we're gonna get a lot more variety within the things. And this is also the Vel'Koz update. So Vel'Koz is in the game officially. Um, the first update is Corki. Corki is an ADC primarily. He can be played mid lane, but he's a lot better at ADC. And you build him all AD except for the Trinity Force. But all of his abilities, so basically you were required to have the Trinity Force to be able to play Corki properly because none of his abilities scale with AD except for his ultimate. So now his Q scales with 0.5 bonus attack damage ratio, which is actually a really good ratio for bonus attack damage. And now it shows the area of effect indicator, which isn't really that important. Gragas. There's been, his early AD levels were really strong, and so he could basically harass any mid laner that he really wanted to, unless it was a really heavy, level 1 assassin, level 2 assassin, something like that. But even then, he had issues. So the body slam total attack damage ratio has been nerfed by quite a bit, just so that it's nerfed in the early levels and it'll be stronger late game. So this will mean that you would want to upgrade your Q first and then maybe your W, but it's all up to you. It's if you want to play aggressive or not, because it's not totally bad, but it's not that great either anymore. Explosive cast was not changed except for the ability power was brought down by 10%. So the ratio is down 10%. And the old mana cost was in 4.2. It just wasn't in the patch notes. Here's a big one. Kassadin. Kassadin was considered the most overpowered champion in the game. I don't know why. I found him actually fairly easy to play against. But then again, he was also very easy to play as. So they nerfed his null sphere damage and his silence variation by a decent amount. I mean, it's not incredible. You can see the damage reduction on your screen right now, and the silence reduction. It's not really that big, but the force pulse was actually nerfed quite a bit in the late game, which I like. Kassadin wasn't that strong early game. He was a lot stronger late game. So hopefully this will tone it down, and hopefully he won't be a permanent ban anymore. Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix's nerf really upset me because he is literally my favorite champion. But now I don't know how much will actually how useful he'll actually be. His missing health damage was toned down from 8% to 6%, which is actually quite a big reduction. And its maximum health versus monsters is 100 now. So I can only do a maximum of 100 damage to monsters from his Q, which is actually a really big difference. I already have enough issues trying to clear the jungle with him. But, okay, well, we'll just move on. Oh, I'll get over it. I'll probably get used to it again. His leap bonus attack damage ratio was toned down a lot, like 60%. And that's a little stretching it. I think that toning it down by 40% might have been fine, but having it at a 0.2 attack damage ratio is a little much. His Void Assault, which is his ultimate, it ignores unit collision while in stealth, so basically you can run through minions instead of getting cockblocked by them, because I know that before, whenever I was trying to run through minions to get away from it, I'd get stuck on them, and then I'd basically be nowhere by using my ult. And if you evolve it, it goes an extra second, basically what it's saying, and you can use it another from before. Rise has been buffed, finally. It's really weird. He's actually not that bad. The only problem is his mana issues. His base health was raised by 54, and his overload, which is Q, has been raised by 25%. That's not too bad. Am I going to play him? Probably not. I don't really enjoy his playstyle. And Skarner. Skarner's mana cost has been lowered, and his fracture slow has been increased, which I actually like. I've played with the Skarner. My friend 7PN plays him decently enough. He doesn't play him all the time, but he doesn't play him not at all either. So it's kind of in the middle. So this will be nice. The slow increases will create a lot more CC for the team. Teemo has been nerfed. I think it's been almost half a season since I've seen a Teemo nerf in one of these. And it's just to his R. I find his Q. I think it's his blind. No, it's his poison that I find even more annoying. I think that's his E. I'm not sure. But for now, I'll take this. His R, well, his ultimate, his Noxious Trap has been, the ability power ratio was 0.8 and now it's 0.5. Honestly, with the Teemo games, if they stacked AP, you stepped on a Shroom as an AD carry or someone squishy, you are going to lose like half of your health, which is insane. It was really unfair, and the slow was too much. I think that they should have nerfed the slow a little bit, because it was more the slow than the damage that really screwed me over all the time. But well, I'll live with this as long as it's a Teemo nerf, right? And Yasuo. Yasuo was a little bit of an issue because he has two passives and they are both kind of broken. So they turned down one of his passives, which is the shield. The shield has been nerfed, so it's a lot lower of a shield than before, and the shield duration has gone down by 1.5 seconds. They've also made a couple changes to the fear, which makes them run away from it instead of around in random directions. There was a few minor bug changes and fixes, which aren't really that big of a deal. Zack's passive cell division has been buffed, just the radius. Tear of the Goddess has been additionally grants 1 maximum mana per 8 seconds, but the mana regen has gone down. So that's actually not bad, because it's kind of like a gold per 10 item, but it's a 1 per 8 seconds, 1 mana per 8 seconds. That's not bad. Go for like a 60. Actually, I'm not even going to do math right now. Dorn Shield has been nerfed a little bit. The health has gone down to 80, and the health regen has gone down to 6, which I'm actually really happy about, because the Dorn Shield was really good on mid laners, 80 carries. Not 80 carries. Mid laners, top laners, and supports. So it really, like, it was almost a must-have buy. But now maybe it won't. Maybe it'll make a difference in the builds and Spirit Stone items. I do not like this patch. I feel like, well, not this entire patch, but like these next two things, they really messed up the jungle, and I think that they should change this a little bit, but not too much. So the health restore is 6% of your damage dealt, and the mana restore is 3% of your damage dealt, whether it's a single target or an AoE ability. This was apparently designed to like broaden the spectrum of possible junglers. But I don't feel it's going to be doing that. I feel like it's going to nerf the jungle so that people will have to basically stay in the jungle, which they already have to if they want to make use of their gold per 10 items. Which are, like, the Spirit Stone items have already made it so that you basically have to be in the jungle to get the gold from the items. The whole point of it. And the Boots of Mobility, this I really don't like. They changed it from 45 movement speed in combat to 25 combat. So basically, if you get hit by something, you're dead. It's basically like not having a boot. It's basically not like having boots in combat. So basically, if you're a jungler, you might want to go for the Boots of Swiftness. Those might help you out a little bit more. But the cost has gone down to 80 gold. 800 gold, not 80. Sorry. Ruby Crystal has gone down in price. So is the Sight Stones, which will be nice for supports. And gold generating items are not that big of a deal. The Relic Shield, yeah, all of this has been toned down a little bit. And Crystal Scar, which I am not going to go into. So, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like. And if you want me to do more patch updates for different patches of the game, please let me know down in the comments. And subscribe if you want to see more. I'll talk to you.